Yo. How we doing today? Oh my god, it's 6 o'clock already. Jesus Christ. Oh man. I was out here listening to the videos. Yeah, I should be more on top of my game here. Let's go ahead and get this going. Depending on the chatter tonight, we might just do one. 7 to 12. This was the same. They said somebody was. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, we got the 12 pick, boys and girls. Hey, Bandito. He's at the 9. What up, Brent? My guy. Brian Big Bets. That can't be a mistake, Brian Big Bets. That's two times you're in this draft as well with me. For my guy Brent at the 9 hole. Let's go. He said he's going to get in some directions with me, so there he is, the 9, my guy. Long time. Put user, do not put user. Jesus Christ, this thing is so. Put user in timeout. I would not put my guy in timeout. Chill, bruh. Chill. Why would it? Why is that the first thing that's there? It's aggressive. I'm trying to go to my own stuff here, your videos. Not trying to go to there. But all right. Trying to go to the live. Mute myself. Bada bang. Bada boom. You got the favorite. You got a favorite spot on the board this year. You got a favorite spot on the board this year. Yeah, I love the number 1 pick. I love getting. I love getting Chase all day. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Always a good person in the community. Don't mind doing that. Mr. Brent is now a moderator. Had an added one this year. Accidentally deleted somebody last year, so want to make sure we get a good person as a moderator. Brent has been with the nation for roughly from the pretty early on. I think Brent helped me through one of the 25-hour live stream. Was in the chat, I do believe. So we gotta get yeah. Gotta support the early supporters. I was not trying to launch Fortnite, but thank you. I don't want to. Why is Fortnite and Madden 26? I do not want to play Madden. Thank you though. So yeah, the 1 spot is my favorite. I'm not mad though at getting the turn pick because then I can kind of determine how I want to play the. Okay, yeah, was you okay? I thought so. I'm getting older, so sometimes I forget stuff, but I thought so. That was a wild draft, and I don't know how I kept up that energy the entire time, but I did. I did do it. I want to go with the big dog, but we're gonna go with. Devin A. Chain. I don't have a lot of Devin A. Chain and Derrick Henry. In fact, it probably has 0. I don't have this build a lot. And if not, it might be 0. I just pulled up my draft hacker on the other side, so give me a second with a little bit of patience here. Pull that up. See, I think I have 0% of this ownership. Someone said Leah Murphy was doing 11 eliminators, juggling 11 eliminators. I went to see if he was still live, if he was still doing 11 at one time. And I looked at his thumbnails, just like because I just popped over. The dude is touching his head. I don't know what's wrong with his head. But if you look at all of his videos, he's grabbing his head. Ah. Oh man, Nathan! Yo! Nathan's on his way to becoming a moderator. Probably the moderator of next year. I think we'll nominate. We'll just random streaming they get moderated. And then it'll probably be between you. Well, maybe I'll get both of you next year. Gotta have 2 years of experience of being in my chat. Nathan and Avery will probably be next year, I think. Maybe, and if somebody keeps popping up, maybe we'll get 3. We'll get 3. Where do you like to draft so far this year, Brent? You got Nico and Genty. Genty at 16 is so wild. I mean, we were drafting him at pick 9, 8, somewhere in that range, and then finally CMC flipped him. And ever since he got flipped by CMC, he's been slowly, gradually falling backwards. And then that -1 yard rush or -1 yard performance the other night, like he is slowly he's like headed towards. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Hampton flipped him if Hampton has like a good second another game here if he plays. Hampton may not play, I guess. I tweeted out today that just putting it out in the universe, the receiver Shea Rice may not get suspended this year. I mean, there was a time where we all thought, Tom Brady was going to get a full season, and he only got 4 games. Now we're talking about 6 games at the most for Rashee Rice. I think he's a dirtbag and should get the whole season for what he did, honestly, putting a lot of people in danger and then running away from the accident. I mean, so many things he did wrong, right? But regardless, guys, that they don't determine that they go based on like what happened, right? Like what is the court filing? Which is funny because in a domestic abuse case, they don't even care. They'll just take it, suspend you, innocent or guilty, they'll just suspend you. But when it comes to reckless driving, they have to have all the evidence. This is going on for so long. Regardless, anyways, like, what are the chances like he just gets like a 2-game slap on the wrist? Like, it's possible. I would not put it past the NFL to do something similar to that. Okay, so I have 0% of Devin A. Chain, Derrick Henry. We're gonna take Jaden Daniels and T-Mac here. I know they are on my just back-to-back picks here on my ranks, but I'm curious if we can get Terry McLaurin to fall to to 54, right? Isn't that what we pick next? What's the number? 60? Let's see if he can fall to 60. It's possible. Now we can grab Debo, pull him up early. So Devin A. Chain, Jaden Daniels, looks probably, I'm guessing like 4 times I've drafted that. And of those 4 times, I have gotten DK Metcalf, or one of the 4 times I've gotten DK Metcalf. One of the times I got Terry McLaurin. I have 2% Terry. I also pulled up Rashee Rice to 39. So the updated ranks are on the Patreon. I put him right behind DK Metcalf. I think I like the middle spot. I was taking Jefferson at 2 early, so now I'm keep taking around 6. Yeah, I stopped taking him because I was at 24%, but I totally get that. Like I wish I wasn't such a big pussy this year. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not like I think it's because I wanted some of the other guys. Like I want some more Gibbs. I wanted some more Lamb. So it's like I had a bunch of Jefferson. They still have plenty of Jefferson, but I toned it back because I wanted some more variety here. Definitely wanted more Bijan and Gibbs, and then with that I got a little bit more Lamb and Barkley. Wouldn't be a stream without a yawn. What do you think? Next. Goes off the board. Jefferson's hammy is a little concerning. It is, right? Like it's just it doesn't like it could be a big mistake because he's just not playing. Like, is he just taking the preseason off, or is he actually hurt, or yeah, I don't know. So both of the players I was going to start targeting here both got one off early. DK goes. Kenneth Walker is the 4th rounder for sure now. Bunch of running backs went off the board. It's fine. Doo-doo. Man, there's a lot of good receivers in this general area. You have Guh, you have Pearsall, you got Waddle, Debo. So, yeah. Yeah. I like this start. I like this. Double Miami. I feel like I'm going to lose out on a lot of Ricky Pearsall here towards the end. Unfortunately. Devin A. Chain, Jaden Daniels. 3 of the 4 teams I have Rome. but obviously not going to get to here. Ibuka, Pearsall, Ibuka. You got Ibuka. You got KC. Arizona. Nice. Ooh, the double rookie running back room. Hampton falling. I mean, silly to say he's falling because he started like here, but that's pretty fun. I love having the double rookie start. We still should be able to get Cup on the way back. Um, Najee is finally dropping his percentage. He's at 47 finally percent on mine teams. I'm curious what he is on over all teams because I auto drafted the rest of the tournament. Yeah. I forgot I drafted Deuce Vaughn. I don't know what tournament I drafted him in, but it looks like the Millie Maker based on $20. I think both Hampton and Genty won't be phased by like most rookies. Yeah, I just think it's a good combo. It's like having Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors last year. It's like okay, it wasn't too bad if I drafted both of them. Like at least one of them popped off. I think one of them is going to have a great season. The other one might not. I think they both have potential to have great seasons, and I think both Neighbors and MHA last year had potential. And nobody would be surprised if they both did. And honestly, they're both amazing running backs. Both have pretty good teams surrounding them. Like, I'm not a fan of the Raiders, but like they got they got a good squad there. Jose, yo, yo, yo. Someone took Cup. So we're going to take B Rob and Hawkinson. Pretty excited about that. We have no correlation yet, but it is nice to have a full Washington stack. We have Jaden, Brian Robinson, and Debo. And we can either grab Ertz or Ben Sanat later and have the full trifecta. That is what I consider onslaughting a team, which is one of the strategies I do prefer to do in best ball. We talked about strategies a little bit yesterday, and what my preferred strategy. I think my preferred strategy is to I accidentally turn something on. My preferred strategy is like filling out the roster and then throughout the team having a full team that we're betting on in there. So, for instance, this team, we're betting on Washington to be a decent team. So we're going to take the quarterback, the wide receiver, running back, and a tight end. And if they blow up like they did last year, then no matter what, we're getting probably a piece of that high scoring offense. The year that I won it, which I thought I could have sworn I had Leonard Fournette, but I apparently did not. Uh, my team did have Gronk, it did have Chris Godwin, but it did not have Leonard Fournette, but it did have everybody else. Am I looking at my recent pictures? Where's my DFS? Not recent days. They changed stuff on my phone, and now I'm like, confused. Yeah, I had Tom Brady, Najee Harris on the squad, Devin Singletary, Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Rob Gronkowski, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, Zach Wilson, Donovan People-Jones, Nick Chubb, Miles Gaskins, Chris Godwin, Tunyon, Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney, Josh Reynolds, Jared Goof, Damian Williams. Ooh, what my boo think, Carolina? Tell them next. Paul Russell. Tell them next. So we're in the quarterback range. Not like to say Carolina. So Josh Downs just got a hammy injury today. I didn't update that in the ranks, but I got everything else in. So if you do get the ranks, please be wary. Josh Downs does have a hamstring injury. I didn't know that until after I finished the ranks. I'll probably adjust it tomorrow. I'll throw some new ranks up there. I mean, it'd be nice if Bonix made it back to us. Get 20 pick discount. Come on, man. All I have is quarterbacks on my board here. I want to prioritize this area. Oh, well. Got the best of my. Oh, Nick's 20 picks past ADP, y'all. What? Oh. Da 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 da. Who's saying? What you say, girl? Get McCarthy. Rid up my tight end. Tell well, all right, now we're done with quarterback. We can focus on the rest of the team. Best players available. We're done with quarterback. We won quarterback, in my opinions. Ain't nobody gonna beat that quarterback stack. Bo Nix, McCarthy, Jaden Daniels. It's a scary team to be coming across. The reason I was like, I could save up and try to get Miami right. I was like, man, we have a lot of week 12. And so I was like, Bo Nix was week 12 too. So I was like, oh, we can't do that. We need to get a different quarterback. So I went with McCarthy there. You know my big thing. Just drafted Godwin for probably the first time. Didn't feel great. Yeah, doesn't feel great these days. After I didn't feel great having so much exposure. Let's see here. My exposure to Chris Godwin is awful because of how much he's fallen. So I had 13% Chris Godwin over all my drafts of like 400 and minus 22 average ADP, 335 teams, and it's like, ugh. It's not as bad as Najee, but it still feels bad. So I posted my exposures in the million of having nobody, right? And Joku seems like he's still in the 10. Yeah, it's an absolute steal. Dang. That's really nice. So share this tab. It said, so of my 335 teams, I have zero Cortland Sutton, zero Calvin Ridley, zero Alvin Kamara, zero Pacheco, zero Diggs, zero Juwan Jennings, zero Jerry Judy. The only one, this is the only one I would like to rectify. Well, and Kyle, I'm that guy. I like Kyle. Where's the one percenters? Hold on, we'll get there. So I have $1 on Zay Jones, $20 on one share of Jacoby Myers. Yeah, that's our one shots. That was funny. DraftKings shows tab instead. Boy Bando back on the clock. Oh, someone takes Luther. Nice, 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 nice. I got a 3-3-3-3 build. Scannabo. On this squad, makes sense. Makes sense on this squad. You don't need them to play right off the rip. We got studs for that. We need them in November. Or let's be realistic. And all the people that what's probably going to happen at some point, Tyrone Tracy, oh, he got drafted. At some point, Tyrone Tracy is going to fumble. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Guess what's going to happen? He's going to get benched for Scatabo. Scatabo's going to come out and donk on everybody. So, okay, let's take Stevenson for the ADP dip. And then Quentin Johnson might make it back. There's nothing else I really love here. We could take Trey Harris. A little late season upside. Don't have a lot of rookies. So by week 12. I need to kind of focus on anything but by week 12 for the rest of the wide receivers. So no more Chargers. Oh, there's gonna be one more. Obviously, I need to pair up Pat Ryan with my guy. But I mean, if he goes early, he goes early. But I'm not gonna not do it. I've done 33 eliminators. This was my first eliminator on opening day. Whew. Najee at 94, buddy. Not gonna work out. But that's running backs are good. What am I gonna say? Oh yeah, I want to look for Scott Mitchell's thing. Scott Mitchell. Sean Mitchell. Sorry, Sean. We're not anywhere near this clock. Robert Hale, what? Yo, yo, yo. How we doing, buddy? How we doing today? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good today. Speaking of which, a lot of the ESPN league mates for the shot at 200 doll hairs plus potentially. The league is still open. There's 2 spots available. It's $5 to sign up. I mean, if you really think about it, guys, $5, you win it. That's 10 drafts for next year. That's 10 shots, and you get one back. So that's like 11 shots plus into the DraftKings Millie if you win. 11. Let's win some money. Yes. Feel pretty good. I adjusted the ranks. I say bleep it. The NFL is not going to punish Rashee Rice to what the full extent that he should be suspended for. So now my brain's like, I typically like to stay on the morally upper side because I think karma's a real thing. But, maybe he paid his karma with his torn ACL or whatever he had last year. I don't know. Maybe, and everybody else is just counting him out. So what if we make a bet with our last 20 so drafts and take as much Rashee Rice as we can? And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But what's the worst that can happen, Okay, so we list out on Zach Ertz. That's okay. We still can get Cade Otton late in the draft. After my pick, I will read Sean Mitchell's recap of training camp. Not a lot of wide receivers went off the board, so that's nice. That's it. I can still get Quentin Johnson and get that just a double stack there, but I don't know. I don't know about all that. When you have to draft Anthony Richardson in the 13th round, it's kind of wild. I love the Bryce Young, Adam Thielen pairing. My guy Brent is like recreating a lot of the drafts I had early in the season. I didn't get a lot of Pat, but the rest of it is very, very similar to how I drafted this season. Oh. I'll tell them up next. I was like, why is nothing lit up? We're going to take Quentin Johnston. Did we take a Patriot already? Ramondre Stevenson? I didn't realize. That's why it's cool to have that stuff. Do we have any Green Bay correlation? Denver, week 15, Green Bay versus Baltimore, Derrick Henry. So let's go ahead and put Romeo Dubs. I was going to draft Kyle because I only have 3% Kyle Williams, and I feel like that may be a mistake. But Romeo Dubs does pair against Denver in week 15. They have Chicago, which I think is a plus matchup. And they have Baltimore week 17, which we have the big dog for. Dun, 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 dun. So Sean Mitchell's biggest camp news of 8/14. Tampa Bay beat reports you would be shocked if Chris Godwin is ready for week 1. more shocked if he doesn't start the season on PUP. Okay. So now they're saying he's not going to even start the season. Sorry to let you read that after you drafted him. Sorry about that, Brent. A.J. Brown, hammy, once again is not suited up and did not practice in Eagles-Browns joint practice scrimmage Thursday. Travis Etienne once again being featured as a starting running back with the ones in Jags 11-on-11 practice Thursday. Cleveland rookie Dylan Sampson has taken the first rep with the first team in back-to-back practices. That's cool. Lions' Sam Laporta is set to miss some time, per Dan Campbell, with a little undisclosed injury. Not industry. Nothing major. That's a little nerve-wracking. Rookie Shedeur Sanders, although fully dressed and padded in practice, gets second. Did not practice with a oblique injury. Stefanski says will be down for a little bit. Schefter reports Chiefs Rashee Rice is expected to have his disciplinary hearing with the NFL on Tuesday, September 30th. Rashee Rice is now likely to able to play the first 4 weeks of the season before any potential discipline is imposed. So he is just meeting with the NFL. That's not saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get suspended this day from this on. I could honestly see them saying, hey, the start of next season, you're going to be suspended for the first 7 games. How much do you try to correlate 15 and 16? I've been trying to do more of that when possible. Yes. So I have the Spike Week tool, as you guys saw earlier. Unfortunately, I don't think you guys can see. You might be able to see it. Do I have anything? Okay. Just it's gonna take this off for half a second. I'll still be here, but so hold on. Share screen. So it's gonna share this. Let's see how this looks. Give me a second. So why don't I ever do this? Okay. Sorry, I can see my mouse is here. It's just throwing me for a loop. So I didn't know I could show this. Cool. If there's a suspension for Rice, I don't believe it'll be until next season. I don't know, man. I honestly, if he's suspended, right? Let's just say at max 6 games, right? So he's gone for 6 games. I mean, there were teams with Puka last year, and Puka missed quite a few games last year. And I could see him making an impact, and I think that impact could be impactful. I don't know how to say it without sounding stupid, so I'm not going to say too much. Geez, all the running backs that I like all have the backups. So I was like, I can take. Oh, we took Austin Eckler. I was not paying attention. I didn't realize I was almost out of time. Let's go ahead and light up Alec Pierce here. Let's get all the running backs I've already drafted their starters. Yeah, I need to take Darius Slayton. They have 13% Pierce. I really don't want too much Besh. Dami Brown was available, I guess. Torrey Horton is who I should have taken there. Torrey Horton is what I should have taken for the bring back of that game. Is he going to be there? He may not be there when I get back. So as you can see, right here is the 15, week 16. So I'm like, okay, I can do all this, right? It's been nice to see it. And honestly, these days, I'd rather just make it to the finals. I haven't made a finals in a hot minute. In a long hot minute, I haven't made it to the finals. I would like to make it back to the finals this year. I don't know about you guys, but I missed the finals. Especially after last year, like how awesome my team would have done that year. Sorry. It's probably small for you guys too. So let me bump it up one. See what that looks like. Is it better or worse? I'm not sure. So in this scenario of how we drafted this team, we have the games where they're ahead, right? So let's just say Debo and Jaden pop off. They have a bunch of points together, right? In this scenario, like at least one of the weeks, and so then they just run. They try to milk the clock and close out the game. They use a bunch of Brian Robinson. He gets a late touchdown because they're like just going to let him score so they can get the ball again. And then the next week they're getting their butts kicked because their defense sucks, and it's a lot of dump offs to Austin Eckler, with a couple dump offs also to Debo. That's how we're going to explain the dual back system here that we got going on. That is how you capitulate a story of an accidental draft pick. So when I was looking at I'm all over the place, but I just I talk whatever I see next. I was looking at Green Bay. I was like, oh, he's a Week 17 matchup against Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry's playing, obviously. And I got Bo Nix. Oh, shoot. Where did he go? I didn't see him go. He went 174. The man plan. His ADP is 190 something. But you drafted him 20 picks before ADP. I was curious on why I didn't draft him. It makes sense. Tell him what I do. I'm a little nervous I'm not going to get any correlated tight end picks, so we're going to go ahead and grab Sanat with one of our picks here. I have him 50% with Devon Achane and Jaden Daniels. And Derrick Henry, Well, I don't have a lot of Derrick Henry, so a lot of that's a little skewed. And you can also look at ownership combos, my combos. And so we're going to take Ben Sinnott here, but I was curious. So with Ben Sinnott, I have 46% Jaden Daniels with him, 10% Bo Nix. Oh, I should probably look for a receiver. Oh yeah, and then we can do one of these. Denver, just to snag a player here, and might as well grab Troy Franklin on the bring back. Because that would be pick 19, and we need to work one more pick. Get this, clear this out. Next. Yeah, let's do that. Let's look at. I like this this feature that they added this year. Oh, whoa. So best of my. Allow. We might have a wide receiver problem in week 12, but whatever. If there's a suspension for Rice, I don't believe it'll be. Oh, so you don't think that I don't believe it will be until next season. Yeah, I mean, probability says it will be this year. Like, obviously, yeah. Most likely it will be this year, but there's a potential that they fumble the bag. And I mean, let's be honest, the NFL is a joke at punishing people. Like, and I'd rather be on the side of. I just realized I did all that for nothing because I'm over here. Um, like financially, like I'd rather be on this side where I'm like, oh, okay, got it. I messed up. Like I should have taken more Rashee Rice. I don't want to be thinking I should have taken more of that guy because he's talented. And I capitulated last year right before he got, like right when he got hurt. I was like finally coming around to the stat, like starting to play him on DFS. And of course, I feel like that's what happens to me all the time. I capitulate to guys and then they finally break out. But or getting injured and finally go to them. Yeah, so like take that chance of being on Rice, not like crazy overweight because at this point I only have like 3 or 4 shares. I can look that up real quick. Boom. So DraftKings $15 million maker. The lineups. We will go to Rashee Rice. That's 5 teams I have them on. I drafted them in August 12th, April 30th, July 15th, June 22nd, and June 9th. So kind of all over the board. Let's see here. ADP value. The best ADP value I got with them was April 30th. Had Lamar, JJ McCarthy, Bryce Young, Devin A-Chain, Brian Robinson Jr., Tyler Algier, Devin Deal, J.K. Dobbins. That was that team. Malik Neighbors. So it was, I got Devin A-Chain and Malik Neighbors, 1-2. Rashee Rice, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp, Luther Burden, Thielen, Palmer, Pat Bryant, Jalen Naylor, Gabriel Davis, Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta. I like that team. I like that team. I'm on the clock. Don't say it so. Lucky Jackson. My boo thing says. All right. From Washington, we have. Is there a better way to show this? Did they ever put that on there? Playoffs? No. There's no way to look at that correctly. All right, so we're ready from top to bottom. We went Devin A-Chain and Derrick Henry. Jaden Daniels, Terry Clark, T-Mac, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Waddle, Brian Robinson Jr., TJ Hawkinson, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Ramondre Stevenson, Trey Harris, Quentin Johnston, Romeo Dubs, Austin Eckler, Darius Slayton, Ben Sinnott, Devon Bailey, Devon Bailey. Sorry, Deshaun Bailey, Devon Bailey, Troy Franklin, Lucky Jackson. It's not my favorite squad, right? But it's I took a lot of shots past the 16th round. And if any of them hit, that's nice. If not, no big whoop. My starting roster is top tier. So my starting roster, let's just list it as what I would think it is. I think you can see that on here. Yeah, the starting roster is Jaden Daniels, Devin A-Chain, Derrick Henry, T-Mac, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Waddle, Hawkinson, and Brian Robinson Jr. That's a fairly solid starting roster. So we'll take it. Oh, my boot, that girl. All right. And then from the 9-hole, we got Brent Smith, Bando 618, Nico Collins, Ashton Genty, Marion Hampton, the double rookie running back, Xavier Worthy, James Conner, Emeka Ibuka, stay, Pat Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin, David Njoku, Keenan Allen, Bryce Young, Adam Thielen, Jerome Ford, Rico Dowdle, Kate Otten, Corey. That's why Torrey Horton didn't make it back to me. Torrey Horton, Jatavian Sanders, Ray McLeod, DJ Giddons. I mean, I like this team. You got a bunch of players that I like, even though that he just got bad news or whatever. I love Chris Godwin this year. Thielen, also a big fan of, especially paired up with Bryce Young. Keenan Allen, he's a Charger, so I'm always a fan of Chargers. Yeah, dude, the double rookie running back, that's going to be, that's game winning or potential game losing. I think it has so much upside, but it also has some downside, but not a lot of downside. I think they're both great picks. Tell him I'm next. We did not finish. Hold on. Oops. Sorry, I made a tweet. We got like 7,000 views. I'm like, y'all got you out. I got some geriatric receivers on the team. I've been on the geriatric team this year. I don't know. I'm usually a young guy, young receiver squad. I still kind of am, but we had I've definitely been the Thielen, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp. I've been on the old dudes this year. So give me a second. Let me pull up Twitter so we read our boy Sean Mitchell. Travis Etienne, blah, blah, blah. Dylan Sampson, Sam Laporta, read that. Reports out of Pittsburgh is that there has been calls to Washington Commanders regarding Terry McLaurin. That's interesting. Brenton Strange may be a name you want to get very familiar with before the season starts. Texans continue to deploy Xavier Hutchinson alongside Nico Collins and Christian Kirk with first team reps in camp. He does look explosive when he plays, but we'll see. Maybe we'll grab a couple shares before the end of the season. Could be more of a factor than expected. Rookie Cleveland tight end Harold Fannin getting run with the ones, making big plays in camp almost daily. That's why you're getting such a steal on David Njoku. Brandon Bean on second-year wide receiver Keon Coleman in today's interview with Pat McAfee. He's an ascending talent and has had a great camp. Brian Daboll on status of Malik Neighbors. Not going to get into injuries. He's working hard to get back. So whatever that means. Reports out of the Bears camp per beat. Still no sign of Roschon in practice. Oh, man. Yeah, I dropped Roschon pretty much undraftable. Nick Chubb, full participant in joint scrimmage Thursday versus Panthers. Multiple Bears beats. Do not be shocked if Rome Odunze is wide receiver 1 for Chicago this season. He has been a biggest offensive standout in camp. Dubs did not practice on Thursday as he deals with the back issues sustained in practice earlier this week. Second-year Denver quarterback puts in a likely best day of camp so far, while the run game struggles in joint practice with Cardinals. Yeah. Yep. It's 11 o'clock. We've had a long week. I think we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna be in the qualifiers pretty much the next day, so make sure I can get the $1 maxed out. So if you do want to draft with me during the day, go ahead and check the entry list for the $1, I might be in there all day tomorrow. So, gentlemen, thank you for so much for coming in, stopping by, dropping a comment, dropping a like. I appreciate it. And if we get a Patreon subscriber, we'll go on. We'll draft a few extras. Or did we get one? Let's double check. Let's check. Did we get anything? We didn't get anything today. So yeah, if we get anything new, we'll drop a new video or something. We'll get something going for the Patreon members. And if we get 2 more Patreon members, we'll drop something cool. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Later, guys.